friends, this is Jose from StampinJo.com and welcome to another episode of our Stampin' Gals Gone Wild Wednesday freebie, where Connie and I share with you some great ideas that we hope you love. So this one, I'm going to show you this really cute card using the Starburst Saying Stamp Set and a bunch of other really fun products from our Occasions catalog. So let's get started. So I started with a piece of real red cardstock cut to 4 1/4 by 11 and scored it right in the middle. Now normally when I cut paper in these dimensions, it's going against the grain of the cardstock. So I do pre-score, so I've already done that. And then I cut a piece of Fresh Prints Designer Series paper to 4 by 5 1/4. And you can see it's double-sided, but I'm going to use these stripes on this side. And then I've got another piece of white that's just slightly smaller. Actually, this one's not, so I'm just going to trim it down. But just a little smaller than the 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to run that through the Big Shot using the Arrows embossing folder. So let me do that, and I'll come right back. Okay, so I've added my texture to my paper. Now this paper really doesn't matter the exact size. It just needs to be bigger than that top layer so that it fits behind it. So now I'm going to take my designer paper, and using my Starburst framelits, I'm going to cut a circle right kind of near the top, right in the middle. And this is the one that's about 3 1/4. So I'm going to run that through the Big Shot. So I've cut out my shape, and I have this extra one that I have. Now, of course, you can use that later, so just set that aside, and you never know what project you might use that for. And I'm going to take those 2 layers that I have, and I'm just going to adhere them together using my snail adhesive. So we're just going to put a little bit on the back of here, all the way around. And then we're just going to put our pattern paper right underneath it so you can see that fun pattern comes peeking right through. So next I'm going to take a piece of scrap white, and I'm going to take 2 of my stamps from the Starburst Sayings, one of them that says "You Make the World a Better Place," and just stamp them on the paper. And then I'm going to cut them out with the matching framelits. So the other one that I want to do is just a little starburst right like that. So we're going to take these, and they match so nicely. You just kind of have to turn them until you get those grooves right in those little peaks. And we're going to run that right through the Big Shot too. So now that I have those punched out, I can just punch them right out. I'm going to take this layer and take some dimensionals and just put, probably only need about 4 on all 4 corners, and attach that right to my card. We're going to need some more dimensionals on this layer as well, so probably 2 of them is fine. And then we're going to put that right in the middle of our punched out starburst so that it pops up right nicely like an accent. Now this little starburst here, we're going to take a little bit of some of our Stitch Grow Grain and just attach that to the back of our little starburst, kind of like this. You want a little bit of your ribbon poking out the top. And then we're going to take some dimensionals again, and probably 2 just to make sure that it stays on really well, and place that about here. Now I'm going to just trim down those ribbons a little bit so that it stays onto the card. These aren't the best ribbon scissors, but you get the idea. Alright, our last thing that we want to do is we want to add some bling. So we're going to take some of our rhinestones and just take the edge of your paper snips and add that right to the middle of your little starburst. Now, isn't that fun? Wouldn't that be a really fun card to send somebody who did something really special for you? Kind of like a thank you card. And what I like about this one is the colors are very either feminine or masculine, so it can go for both. So I want to thank you for being with us every Wednesday, and don't forget to check out our tutorial. You can get those tutorials for free if you spend $20 if you're in Canada in my store, or in Connie's store if you're in the US, or you can even purchase our 6 exclusive tutorials every month. So thanks again for coming by, and we will see you again next Wednesday.